this. Perfect. It's just enough do I need to do today. Alrighty. How's my hair look? Wiry. Howdy everybody. Welcome back to Thick and Rugged Outdoors. It is May the 3rd, 2025. It's been a hot minute since I made a YouTube video. I'm going to start being diligent and prosperous in my YouTube career today. Or try to anyway. Right now I got a mini excavator behind me in tow with a 3-foot bucket, and I got a dozer blade attached to that as well, and I got a chainsaw, and I got some food plot seeds and some screening cover seeds. So what that means is we're headed to Maryland. A little honey hole there in the upper right corner of Maryland. Make some trails, make some openings, make a food plot, and get things set up for deer season way earlier than usual. So I'll see you in about an hour when we get down to the property, and I will walk you through what we're doing today. And we're off.
You $300. Gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, taking the cash out here and releasing it inside.
I don't know if you can see, there's a corner. It goes all, it zigzags, but there's a steady fire break the whole way up there, right to this point. I wanted to cut this side of the property line that way, but the tree has been here for probably, actually I think my first video, this tree was right here where it was, because I was sitting right there in the first video. Anyhow, so what we got going on here is simple. Fire break, and we're gonna put clover on this fire break. That way you can mow it, walk on it, ride on it. It's very distinctive from the other grasses on the property as far as what's what. Now we're getting into the honey hole of the property. I put some dirt back here because this creek was never, ever washed out like this. It's not really a creek, it's more of a drainage ditch. There's no water up there. Big cesspool right here. I don't ever recall it being this washed out, except for the last year or two. I mean, even look, there's some erosion right there from just, you know, the last few months. But anyhow, yeah, this was sunk down about waist high. So I just cut some dirt off the embankment, brought it down, filled it in so I could track over it. I'll come back through again with the blade when I'm all said and done and recut these fire breaks. But property line goes like this. My cousin has it staked off pretty well. But up here, there's some trees in the way. And I'm looking around for a new spot to hang a tree stand. I'm definitely going to hang one over in that corner. There's a nice group of trees tight together. I'll probably put a set over there somewhere. And I'm starting to really reconsider this spot right in here somewhere. A couple years ago, remember that video, Muzzleloader Mayhem? It was out of that tree right there. And the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, yeah, that's a good tree. Good cover. I mean, problem is the sun. I want to face that way, but you know. Anyhow, I just want to walk over here and show you guys this as a bare slate before I go destroying it and changing it up. I want this area to be my food plot. I got to take a tree or two down because I have like no sunlight down here. But I will say, that's been destroyed. A lot of seeds and stuff from last year that kind of popping back out already. I'm kind of surprised. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is, I got a stand there, 2 stands over here, about 50 yards. What I want to do is clear this to the best of my abilities and make this whole little pocket right here food as much as I possibly can. And then I want to make a wall of screening cover on the outside edge of it, so there's no way they can see me and I can't see them, and they feel safe and secluded right in this little honey hole. But my concern is not getting enough sunlight down in here to do that. So what I'm going to do is grab a chainsaw real quick and then commence to clearing all this up. Okay, this is a pro operator tip. Not that I'm a pro, this is a professional tip from me explaining to y'all. If you want to use a mini excavator bucket or an excavator bucket to uproot trees and saplings, here's how you do it. That one didn't uproot, it just broke. But you want to push, curl your teeth out, curl it, hook it up, and pull it up. Did that a couple times right here, as you guys seen. Sometimes they break, sometimes they pull right out. Alrighty. Wow. Let's stand back here where the machine was earlier. This looks a lot different. Y'all know what that is. It looks to be like a water hole with no liner. How about that? Wow. This really could be awesome. I just need a little more sunlight down here. And that tree is like dead center in the way. But I don't want to cut that big tree down. But I think I'm going to. So, one thing I want to really hit on really quick is your food plot is only as good as your access, your wind, and most importantly, your bedding. So I do know that most of the bedding is that way and that way. There is some a few hundred yards that way, but most of my bedding is up over the hill and out in the flat. I will say, if you want a really sweet spot, put one of these in the woods somewhere. This is going to be about a foot deep water hole. I got really lucky with the soil here. It's really clay and packed and sandy. Holds a lot of water in certain spots. So if I make a water hole where I wanted it, close to my setup, I'm just saying, not saying it's gonna be perfect and work all the time, but it might help. It might help. A few things I need to do. This is all gonna be planted. All of this, everything you see that's dark brown is gonna be planted. I just need to figure out how I want to lay this out. But I do want to put screening cover the entire circumference of this area. So in a little bit, I'll get back to you with my seed, what I'm using, and how I'm planting it. I'm just taking the top layer off all this area. This saves handwork like rakes, tiller, you know what I mean? There are some low spots, but it's not a huge deal. You know, I'm using the dozer blade on the mini excavator here, putting it in free float mode and just pushing the top layer of thatch, organic matter, dead stumps, trees, whatever, just pushing it. And I'm also putting it in certain spots on the perimeter as a barrier. I don't want the deer to go beyond that. I want it to be like a wall and kind of guide these deer in and out of this little food plot I'm going to have. I do know they come from over here a lot, so I want this to be off limits. I'm going to funnel right down through here and out to our area. I don't want them coming from that direction, just strictly anywhere this way. That way's fine too, but I probably won't see them until they get right here. So, see you in a little bit. How I look? Good? Cool. It's the moment of truth. It's what I came here to do. Seed time. First things first, I'm going to start on the outside. I look like shit. I look terrible. Anyway, I'm going to start on the outside edge of this whole food plot, and I'm going to put it in incognito. It's supposed to be some Milo and 2 types of sorghum, whatever, and some, I think it's Egyptian wheat. Yeah, Egyptian wheat. So that should grow. I'm 6'4", so up here somewhere. I know it's going to be in a shaded area, kind of, and it's preferred to be in a sunny, open area. So I'm going to try it and see how that goes. That's going to be first. And then base layer of food plot is going to be Domain Sugar Mama. I'm planting a little early for this, but it's not a huge deal. It's meant to be in these shaded areas, honey hole, hidey hole, whatever you want to call them, food plots. So I'm going to plant it like 2 months early, but I'm going to come back again in August. Come back again in August and plant again with this and some other stuff to have throughout the winter and fall and all that. But this is just to get me started, get something in the ground. On the trails, I'm not getting carried away. I'm getting some clover, ladino, just some white clover. Nothing special about it. It's just more of a, I wouldn't even call it a cover crop, more of a just a erosion control, mud washout area. I want clover in here, something that the deer can eat, not just leaves and some kind of fern. Also in the food plot, well, surprise, surprise, throw and go ready seed feed corn. I'm going to try to get some corn to grow in here as well. I don't want like rows. I don't want a big, whole lot of corn. I just want a few stalks here, a few stalks there, a couple, just enough to have some extra corn out here. Because on top of this food plot, I am going to bait this year. No question about it. Because if you ain't baiting, you're waiting. And also, turnips. Purple top, white globe turnips. This is a 1/4 pound, 1 to 2 pounds per acre. So yeah, we're less than a 1/4 acre, so I can use almost all of this here. My goal is not to use all of it. My goal is just to use a little bit of it, because I have 3 more small micro plots to plant in PA. But this is Maryland, so I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse this and throw it all out there. There you have it. Probably can't see the seed on the ground because it's so little and so small. There's a corn seed, corn seed, corn seed. What else we got? Yep, a lot of corn seed. I got incognito around the outer edge. Really heavy back there. Like 6 feet wide back there. Over here. And I just kind of broadcast some corn. And then over there, a little piece to another small food plot. I just kind of broadcasted some extra corn. And then I did some clover on the trail from down here all the way up and around so far. I'm gonna drive and spread some more. While we're driving, we go up here to this other food plot. I got a big food plot, a little micro plot side by side, just because why not? The more food here, the merrier. I made a mess of this place, but everything has a good reason. And our micro plot over here. This is just going to be mostly corn. Hopefully it grows in the woods. You can kind of see all the corn seed. But yeah, all this corn here. My goal is to have, you know, 2 green luscious food sources come the end of November into December. I don't want to keep putting corn out here and just constantly wasting money. So with that being said, I'm going to finish broadcasting some clover in this little corn plot and then edit the video and head the hell home. Because I'm hot, sweaty, tired, and ready to get the hell home, even though this was fun. I don't get the great depth of what I did and how I did things, just kind of time-lapsed it, but I brought a mini excavator from work. Huge shout out to my boss man for letting me borrow that to do this job. Side note, I only brought the mini here to push piles of junk up, clear the trails out, and then just barely scrape the thatch off the ground. You know, I didn't dig down an inch or two. I just scraped the very top layer of, I guess you can call it compost off, because that's what it is. You know, this here, just scraped it and planted over it. I mean, there's plenty of grasses growing in here now, and now that I scraped that off and the root system of that off, and then I mean, this is black. That's a good example. This is like really good soil. Now, if the good Lord above give us some rain, what you're calling for rain tonight, tomorrow, Monday, May 4th, 5th, well, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, I think, down here. If we can get some steady rain for a few days and the birds stay out of the seed, I think we'll be in good shape. I'm going to come back down here in about a month, recap, recover, see how this all looks, and then give you guys an update. But for now, my cousin has some steaks he did for us, and I'm going to skedaddle, get done. Thanks for watching, and please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stick around. We're going to try to keep doing some YouTube videos this year. Thick and Rugged Outdoors. See ya.